No, I mean, you talked about a circle of your description, pleasure. I know what you're doing there. I would also argue that, some of our brothers and sisters, particularly in the, MAGA camp, I think, particularly enjoy the circular firing squad. You want to come at me and call me a rhino, you can kiss my ass. Look, I've spent a lifetime fighting for limited government conservatism. I have laid it all on the line. I've not seen my family but for 2 days in the last 30 days. You go around talking your big game and you thumping your chest on Twitter. Yeah, come to my office and come have a debate, mother. You know why? Because I'm standing up for this country every single day. And Steve, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to go to a nunnery because there are people who are buried over in Normandy who deserve us to stand up for what they fought for. So that's what I'm going to do. And all of you out there who are out there saying what you're saying out on social media, you stick it. I'm going to go down to the floor and do my job, and I'm going to stand up for the people who fought for this country. And I'm going to do it the way I think is right for the people that I represent. That's what I think.
And I was just at multiple events with Ron DeSantis where he's shaking their hands and looking them in the eye while Donald Trump hangs out in his basement in Florida, afraid to actually debate. What's he afraid of? Look, I'm happy to debate him if he wants to anywhere. I'm just a little old congressman. Why won't he debate Ron DeSantis or any of the other candidates? I think he should.
Why do you think he won't get on the debate stage with the other Republicans?
Well, I mean, like I can tell you from Ron DeSantis' perspective is because he would clean his clock. I mean, if you compare the records, they're not comparable.
Oh, Chip Roy. Yeah, we gotta take a trip back to Texas, baby. Because I forgot something in the Ken Paxton, John Cornyn video, and that is another rhino was defeated. Chip Roy. Yeah, that guy you saw in those first two clips. In the first clip, he was F MAGA Republicans that are criticizing him. F this, F that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he was angry. In the second clip, ooh, Trump's scared. Trump's scared. Ooh, Ron DeSantis is terrifying to Trump. Okay. All right. See ya, Chip Roy. No more going back to D.C. for you. Back home, you go. Congratulations. Another rhino. You played yourself. And this guy, Mays Middleton, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the gentleman that defeated Chip Roy. Check it out.
Because we are a Christian nation. We are a Christian state. Period. The end. I took on our foreign adversaries as well. Stopped China from buying our land, tripled border security, designated cartels as terrorists, and am now taking on one of our most growing and biggest threats, which is Sharia law and Islamification. You know, Sharia law is organized crime, period, and I will treat it as such. I also changed the law to stop these radical Muslim groups like CAIR and Muslim Brotherhood from buying any property in Texas.
That is a scorched earth answer. I want to break it into multiple parts, please, because what you said there is fascinating to me, Mays. And again, a very welcome voice on the program. One, treating Sharia law as organized crime. Can you please unpack that? That's fascinating.
Yeah. So look, we've got to make sure that everyone understands this is not a religious liberties issue. This is not a First Amendment issue, because if they're faithfully adherent to their ideology, and I call an ideology for a reason, in the Quran, they see us as the infidel that they can commit jihad against. This is an America First issue. This is a Texas First issue. This is a national security issue because they don't think we deserve the right to exist as Americans or as Christians. And it's how they're undermining us with this red-green alliance that we have seen. And Benny, I've seen it at the Capitol. 10 Commandments, I mentioned earlier. Guess who lobbied against that? CAIR did, right? The radical Muslim terrorist group. That shows you what they're going for. They're trying to destroy this country, and they're trying to destroy this state, because the left is certain of this. If they take Texas, they've taken this whole country. We cannot elect a Republican president without Texas. They are well aware of that, and they are coming for us, like James Tallarico, for example. That guy is a lunatic.
Yeah.
This is a guy that says he's a pastor, and I use air quotes for a reason. Said there's a biblical argument for abortion. He said that God is non-binary transgender. He said it's unchristian and un-American to display the 10 Commandments in schools. So you know what my reaction to that was? I bought 10 Commandments posters for all the schools in his district and donated them in his honor.
Well, I would love to get to Tallarico just really quickly, though,
Because
Hey, I love that. I love that. Bought them for all the schools and donated them to them. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You also know who else got expelled yesterday? You remember that guy that, what's a nice way to say this? There were a lot of memes about him in his appearance because a lot of folks would say that he looks like a caveman. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Yeah, Democrat Al Green, this guy, was defeated.
Bringing to the attention of everyone the countdown to impeachment. The countdown. The countdown begins tonight.
Oh, man. Yeah. He's gone. He is out of there. Gone.
And we're back with some breaking news. A race now called in the Texas primary. Democratic Representative Al Green, unseated by Representative Christian Menefee in a Texas primary. Let's get straight over to Steve Kornacki. Steve, this just came in?
Yeah, Gotti, and I think the scale of this one is really surprising here because, again, we're talking about runoffs, meaning, these are two candidates who faced off back in March in a preliminary election. There were multiple candidates then. Nobody got 50%. It was very close in the preliminary between Menefee and Green. Green, the longtime incumbent. Menefee just elected in a special election to a different seat a few months ago. But wow, what a difference a few months make here in this runoff election. Menefee now is absolutely kind of pouring it on over Green. And in particular, what's happened in this district is right around Houston and the big suburbs just south of Houston in Fort Bend County. And what's happening is Fort Bend County is the political base of Al Green. In that preliminary, he did great there, made him competitive district-wide. The floor has just fallen out for him in his own political base tonight in Fort Bend County. He's getting clobbered there. Menefee's also doing quite well in his own base in Harris County around Houston, and that translates into a more than 2-1 lead here for Menefee district-wide, and a declaration from our decision desk that he will win. This is a battle of two incumbents. Again, Green has been there for decades. Menefee was elected to a different seat in a special election just a few months ago in that redistricting sort of war in Texas. They merged those two districts into one, and Menefee survives in this battle of incumbents.
It's going to be interesting next year because, of course, they don't technically leave office until, January 20th of next year. It's going to be interesting next year to see all of the new faces because there's going to be a lot. For example, Nancy Pelosi's gone. Mitch McConnell's gone. Al Green, as you just heard there, he's gone. Jasmine Crash Out Crockett, she's gone. All of these different characters, right? Especially when you talk about the Democrat Party because it's all character. It's all a performance, which is what Al Green 100% was. 100%. All of these different individuals will no longer be there. And that is going to be beautiful to see. That is going to be absolutely fantastic to see, people like Nancy Pelosi no longer there. Amazing. Amazing. Now, of course, I think she should go to prison for what she's done, but that's a whole other story for a completely different day and video, okay? I'm not going to rag on that today. But yeah, another rhino defeated along with the caveman himself, Al Green. It's done. Shout out to Texas for redistricting, baby. Got rid of two annoying individuals in Al Green and Jasmine Crash Out Crockett because of the redistricting going on. So, hey, happy to see it. Happy to see it. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. I believe we do have a South Dakota primary coming up in a couple of days. Did I have that pulled up? I don't think. Let me see if I can pull that up really quickly, because I do think that primary is and the individual should be voted out, in my humble opinion. MAGA, remember when? Yeah, June 2nd. June 2nd. So if you live in South Dakota, I don't know who his opponent is. Mike Rounds. John Thune isn't up for re-election until 2028. So we won't be able to get rid of him for a while. But Mike Rounds, ladies and gentlemen, we can get rid of Mike Rounds. I actually don't think that. Okay, so here's his opponent, I guess. Justin McNeil. I guess it's his opponent. Yeah, Justin McNeil. So yeah, if you live in South Dakota, Justin McNeil over Mike Rounds, ladies and gentlemen, over Mike Rounds. There you have it. That is coming up June 2nd. June 2nd, South Dakota. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. I remember, coming across it, putting these videos together. So I just wanted to make you all aware that there is another primary race coming up where we can get rid of another rhino. Like I said, I don't think Trump has chimed in on it. So maybe it's like one of those situations where he's like, maybe I'll leave him for now, just because we've primaried a lot of individuals. We just gonna chill for the rest of this year or something. I don't know. Or maybe he has, and I'm just not aware of it quite yet. But yeah, now you guys are. So there you have it. Stay safe out there as always. Peace and love. I'm out.